JSheetz Part 1.
Sketchbooks. Which one do you prefer to draw in? Small sketchbooks or larger sketchbooks? Let's talk about the reasons why I prefer one over the other one. Now, the small sketchbook. The reason I might opt for the sketchbook a lot of the times is if I'm out somewhere, out and about, or maybe I have to go somewhere. I have an appointment to something, and I want to do a quick doodle or draw while I'm on the go. I will opt for this small sketchbook. One reason being that it's small. I can carry it in my pocket and carry it with me. And second of all is that if I get a sketchbook that's a lot smaller like this, not only am I able to fit it in my pocket, but I can carry it with me anywhere, really. I mean, you can take it with you anywhere. You can fit it in different size pockets. You don't have to have any issues of, trying to carry it with you. So, yeah. And this one here is not going to fit in your pocket. This is a sketchbook that is about, I think this is 7 by 9 inches or 7 by 10. So this one is definitely not going to fit in your pocket. But the reason I like the larger sketchbook at times is if I want to do something more intricate and detailed that I'm going to draw in, something I'm going to set down for a long time and do doodles and want something to be more intricate. You find an example here of what I'm talking about. If I want to draw something more detailed, such as this here. Now this drawing here was done with my 0.25 and the 0.18 rotating isograph. And as you can see, the tiny little lines there. The 0.35 is the one that I use for a lot of my, actually most of the drawings in this sketchbook, but I generally opt for the 0.35, which is the lines that you see here. But anyways, another reason I would pick the large sketchbook is that if I want to do something very detailed, I want to do something that I want to scan and then take that scan that I have of the drawing, upload it to a site and sell prints or anything else. Or if I want to do a drawing that I want to have framed or something for a friend or maybe somebody has a request, then I'll draw on a bigger sketchbook. Now, another thing with a smaller sketchbook that you might notice is that when you have these open for a long time and you're drawing in them, if you try to close them, they tend to have a hard time closing back because the sketchbook doesn't have enough weight on this to stay down as well. So you might have to press it a little bit to try to get it to stay. It's starting to stay, but not quite. You could just maybe lay a whole bunch of books on top of it and it'll help flatten that out. But with this sketchbook, the larger one, I don't have that issue because the weight of this side of the sketchbook prevents it from not being able to lay flat whenever I go to close the sketchbook. So that is one thing you'll have to be mindful of, is that with the smaller ones, sometimes they tend to not want to stay closed all the way. Now you could get one that is hardbound and they will close back up easier, but I have noticed that it's harder to get them to close back up if they've been used so much to where they're pressed down while they're drawing. And so what I usually do, I recommend doing, is getting a rubber band and then putting it around the sketchbook. I usually go from the top here to the bottom, near the edge of it, so that it can hold it down. Now, if you really want to get the sketchbook flat, you can just lay it flat, put a bunch of books on it, the weight of it will help flatten it out. So hopefully that answers your question as to why I prefer the small sketchbook over the larger one sometimes, or the larger one over the smaller one. Oh, there was one more thing I was going to mention, is that if I want to draw something quick and I don't want to do something very detailed, but I have a lot of ideas and I want each separate idea being on a different page, then I'll use the small sketchbook for that. And I can just really go through a bunch of drawings, get a lot of drawings done. And in the big one, as I said, I usually just sit down for long periods of time or hours and I want to do a doodle, then I'll do it in that. But there are times where I'll just, for hours, I'll just draw in one of these sketchbooks and get, maybe a quarter of it done in one day. And I like the accomplishment of getting a sketchbook done. So sometimes I will draw on a smaller one over the larger sketchbook, just so I can get a sketchbook done quicker, and then I feel more motivated to get more drawings done. But let me know in the comments below which side of the sketchbook you prefer, the smaller one or the larger one. And let me know what those reasons are and why. Let's see if this will stay closed. Not quite. I have to kind of press on it a little bit. But let me know in the comments below which side of the sketchbook that you prefer to draw with and what those reasons are. And give me some examples of the brands and type of sketchbooks that you prefer to draw in, or maybe even the mediums. Although you can see here I usually draw with the roaching isograph or a fountain pen in my sketchbooks mostly. But just let me know of anything you like to draw with or type of artwork that you like to do. So give us a like if you want to, share this with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe. And as always, have fun doodling out there, stay creative, and let me know if you have any questions about anything. I'm always here to answer any of your questions that you have, and let me know if you got any doodle requests. Until then, have fun drawing.